PSY-POD. PSY-POD.
Welcome back to the best show since Rick and Morty season 7. That final episode hit hard. Okay, those who know.
That was Mawang. It's not even a joke, that's his name, it's Mawang.
Okay, but we're back again with another episode of PSY-POD. 2 episodes, in fact, more than Kinley has ever made without me.
You don't know what I've made without you.
So Kinley is back from his sabbatical, talking about.
Dude, I just took a week off.
Kinley was so boring that his co-partner went to the hospital after he was done talking with him.
Yes, shit. But Sai, yeah, I'm cheating on you with another podcast, but it's.
I'm being cuckolded more.
You're being pod-holded.
I'm
You're being cuck-pod.
I'm like Adam 22.
We should start another podcast called Cuck-pod.
Yeah, whoa.
Where we just talk about cocks.
Cucks, yeah.
And cocoons.
Like me at this moment right now, which I'm voluntarily
But just
allowing.
letting you know, I was thinking about you the whole time. I
Fuck
was
you,
recording
Kinley.
the other podcast.
Fuck you.
It meant nothing.
Okay.
You're my one true love.
If I was Adam 22, it would be better because at least he got paid from his wife getting fucked up.
Who's Adam 22?
You don't know about that story? What?
Who's Adam 22?
No, I'll tell you the story. So
Is
there's
this is this the guy that Penguin had?
made a video about?
Yeah.
Yes. So it's about this. There's a guy called Adam 22 more.
He's the guy who's like really into guns and stuff, right?
No, that's the wrong one. So this
Okay,
guy,
just
this
describe
guy
it.
called Adam 22, he has a very popular podcast called the No Jumper Podcast. So 거기 wife his wife's a porn star. So they have another podcast called what do you call it? Unplugged or something,
Cuck-pod.
where they bring a guest and then they do an interview and then they have sex with her. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it's an OnlyFans podcast or Patreon, I don't know. So anyways, she's a very popular porn star. So because of the internet hype they built up, they say she's going to have sex with this black guy, okay, who's very well endowed, okay. So then he allowed her to have sex, and then she did like nasty stuff. I'm not gonna tell what she did, but you should look it up. And then people gave shit to him about it because he's like, who's gonna allow your wife to get fucked, by some big black guy, and then be proud about it.
Oh, his wife is Lena the Plug.
Yeah, Lean the Plugs. Plug Talk, sorry, their
Okay.
podcast. But it was like a huge thing last year.
I literally had to Google this. Go on.
Okay, but you guys can look it up and then know the story. Speaking of which, there's another cock story which I can tell you, okay? So there's this guy called Ian Gary, okay? He's a UFC fighter.
I'm terrified by how many cock stories you know.
Okay, but his story, I want to hear your context, okay? Because I'm kind of conflicted over my opinion about this story, okay? So Ian Gary is an Irish UFC fighter. He's undefeated. They call him the next best thing since Conor McGregor, okay?
That's not saying much, but
That's a lot, man. He's the biggest draw in UFC. So anyways, Ian Gary has a wife, okay? She is 15 years older than him. Not a big deal, right?
no.
Fine, not a big deal. Okay, but now it slowly gets a little bit more interesting, okay? She has an ex-husband who used to be a nutritionist who now is the nutritionist for her husband, Ian Gary.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And he does all his meals for him. And in order to be committed, he lives with him.
Okay.
So they all 3 live together. Okay? And she...
I don't like what
Okay,
this is
she 10 years ago, she's British now, so she had a book called How to Be a Wag. So you know what a wag is? A wag is a term known as a wife or a girlfriend. So wife and girlfriend is normally wag. So basically it means about...
You have a partner as well as you're married.
No.
Something like that?
It's a thing. It's if you're a celebrity sporting celebrity, like say footballer, basketballer, fighter, whatever, and you have a wife or a girlfriend, that person is called a wag. Okay, so she has a book about how to be a wag, and she got married with him. That book was written 10 years ago. Okay, that book was basically how to trap an athlete to be your partner and spouse. Okay. Finally, the cherry on top of all this already complicated situation is she has they have a kid, okay, with her ex-husband obviously, and a new one with him, and they gave the old kid her name Macaro, okay, her name, she's Brazilian.
I'm very confused, but go on.
Okay, and then she gave the new kid also.
Tobi, are you able to follow this?
Wait.
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm here.
Oh yeah, by the way, I
So,
forgot to mention Tobi is here.
hello guys, it's me Tobi. We only have 2 mics, so I'm being the side chick again this time. Just holding on.
Tobi is being cuckolded as well. So anyways, Gashlo, Dele Aludi Umda, Alugi last name and Aigi Junuat Makaro, okay?
Okay.
And his name So 2 names, no hyphen. Imagine Kinley, Pimsori is in.
Okay, so this is the child is the nutritionist ki child.
No, their child.
The UFC fighter ki child.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so in order for him not to make the kid feel bad and everyone feel bad, he took her last name also.
Oh, so the UFC fighter took the wife's last name.
Yes.
Macargo.
Macado or whatever.
I thought, is it Macargo?
So he has her last name. He has a kid who also shares the name with ex-husband's kid. Ex-husband lives with them and he's nutritionist and she wrote a book about how to be a wag. So how do you feel in this scenario?
Firstly, I'm very confused. You know what? At the end of the day, if everyone's just consenting adults and if they're fine with it, that's their business, man.
Like for me, I think everything else is okay, somewhat okay. But living with your ex, you living with your wife's ex-husband, man, come on, in the house.
No, that's something you wouldn't do. If they're like okay with it, then who's to say?
That's fucking weird, man. No one's gonna be okay with it.
Man.
Okay, imagine you're married, okay?
I used to be, yes.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Hit a nerve there.
No, you didn't.
I did. Okay, you were married, okay, and then your wife's ex-husband moves in. He's a chill dude, okay?
For me, obviously not.
No,
but what I'm trying to say is whatever happens within them, and if that's what the situation they like, sure. It's like in Bhutan, there are some people who are. I'm sure in Bhutan there are some people who are okay with the fact that they have a wife and the wife knows that the husband has a girlfriend, and if that sort of a relationship is okay with them, then it's. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not traditional, but at the end of the day, I think if everyone is okay with it, then I mean, yeah, but I think what's more fucked up to me is when these people who put themselves and consensually put themselves in that situation, when they get very defensive when other people tell them it's weird, because then it's like, no, you have the freedom to do this just as much as other people have the freedom to say what they want or feel what they want about it. So, you know, you can't have your cake and eat it too, Lamidan, you know.
Polyamorous relationship.
Like, yeah, if everyone is like if you, me and Tobi consensually decide to have a 3-way right now, let's do it.
But actually, in a way, it's sort of a cuck manner because of our dynamic.
Oh, dynamic. Give a context for the audience.
Me and Tobi have sex in front of her.
Okay, no, that was too personal.
That's too personal. He's not denying it.
Why would you expose that, huh? We agree.
So that's how you get 10,000 followers.
Call back to last episode.
OnlyFans.
Nice one. We started this episode talking for about 7 minutes about cucks, man.
I'm nothing against it. I'm just finding it funny.
Okay. Let's say, well, actually think about cuck here, no sometimes. It's mainly being okay with your wife, with your partner being in an open relationships with women.
I think
polyamorous with women.
No, but I think there is also an element of power dynamic going on. So, especially in this, sorry Tobi, I'm putting my legs on the table, is that fine?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. So, Ani, I think there's like a power dynamic going on. I think there are some men who like this, some partners who like this idea of their partner getting, fucked by somebody else. And some people, for the partner that's getting fucked, maybe there's this dominance thing that's, I'm just speculating, but I think it's more of a submissive dominatrix sort of thing situation going on, where one partner enjoys the fact that they are being made to watch it because they're getting some sexual thrill out of it as well, and there's another partner that's getting the sexual thrill of watching their partner watch them getting fucked by a stranger.
Yeah, it's like a very subgenre of kinks.
Exactly. If that wasn't a kink, then an entire genre of porn would not have been created,
I know, but who likes this stuff? See?
No, he's like the watcher there for Marvel. I like to watch, but not interfere. No.
Some people
watch it like this, watch it like this.
For those of you,
come on, Captain America, do something. Just make some shit up.
just to give you all a little bit of to paint a theater of the mind here. Sai aggressively jerked himself off right now, and I wish he had at least kept his pants on. And there's a giant stain and puddle. Why a puddle?
You got me too excited, Kinley.
A bit yellow, me. You should get that checked, right?
No, there's also this. There are these devices that some partners actually, so in the submissive dominative thing, no, relationships, there are some guys who literally put this weird metallic cylinder-like thing around their dick, and they give it to their partner. The remote control to the partner.
So, look, wait, hold the phone. What law? What is it?
So it's this. It's a sexual toy. It's a sex toy, but it's geared towards people who are into submissive and dom play, right? So for the guy, it's this. Well, depending on whoever it is, it's basically like, let's say like a metal condom, and you put it around your dick. And it's got an app, and then the passcode to open that. It opens only when you put in the passcode. So that passcode is given to the other.
Is the mold like molded
not
to
necessarily,
cater specific penis, or is it universal?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I did not go into that much detail.
Question number 2: is it locked on the flaccid position or an erect position?
Erect position.
Okay, so fine. So if you lose,
or it could be flaccid also.
Now that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the point. Again, that's up to them. Whatever. I know it's dangerous, but it's up to them. And throughout that situation, the partner who has control of the remote, like they can basically, like, it's sort of like they control your dick. So if you need to pee, you can't go to pee.
Dominatrix.
So it's very that sort of, and it's something that they do without having to be in the bedroom. So you could actually just go into town, and like the dude could have that strapped around his cock and balls, and the other partner could basically be tempting them. They could even make them, rile.
I get what this is like.
Yeah, and it's very. I think some people are into that. And
I could empathize but not relate. I don't want someone to do that to me, but I can get some people who like it.
Yeah. So this sub and dom play are very.
It looks like you've done a lot of research.
I listen to a lot of podcasts.
About dominatrix play.
No, like usually it just comes up. It's like how you and we just started this podcast and we suddenly started talking about Cucks, right? I'll be listening to a podcast about like metal music.
Yeah, I know what happened. I know what happened.
Like, this artist is really into dom play, and then they like go off.
You wanted to look up Cucks, no, but you misspelled it. You got Cocks, and you got into the whole rabbit hole of Cocks.
What makes you think I wasn't looking up Cocks?
And that's how we move on to the next subject. But wait, mainly.
Ask Tobi. Why are you asking me? Ask Tobi.
No, this
is your subject, no, the
This is your subject. Tobi's like, it's okay. You're good. I'm good, man. I'm good. All listening.
You two are the ones that have intimate relationships.
With what? With cocks?
With each other's cocks.
Oh yeah, but we don't want to talk about that. No, it's not a public. No, it's something what we do in our private time. But we can release OnlyFans if anyone's interested.
Oh god.
Okay, but anyways, that's a serious question. Usually relationships, I recently watched a podcast about this guy who studied very in depth with relationships and love, and he told that men are built, that they need to cheat on their partner in 7 years, what they like about
Why 7?
I don't know. It's a neurological reason and everything. So I want to ask Kinley, since he was in a relationship for like 10 years, how does that dynamic work? Japanese people, they accept that you can go to a brothel and it's acceptable that you can cheat on somebody. So how was your dynamic with your relationship? I'm sure 10 years was not perfect 100% of the time. You might have been tempted, maybe one of you might have fucked up also. So how does that dynamic play?
Well, to be honest with you, though I have divorced, I will not divulge any information because though she is my ex, that is still her confidentiality.
Okay.
But I have never cheated.
Okay, but how do you fight with that temptation at 10 years?
Dude, like if you're in a committed relationship and you like someone and you want to make it work, you make it work. Yeah. And if you cheat and I get the urge to physically, get intimate with other people outside the relationship.
Shit.
And yeah.
It's on here.
Yeah, good.
Bloody hot.
What happened?
No.
Yeah, the heater's on.
I was like, why is it so hot? Sorry to cut you off. Good country.
Yeah, no, so it's really up to the people, I think. But what I found is, I read this study which states that when my younger brother and I were discussing this study because he's a psychologist too.
Okay, one thing, forgot. We all this cuck talk and we forgot to even give a shout out to Kinley, man. Shout out to Kinley. We love you, man. We miss you. I hope everything's going great in Australia. Now back to you.
Oh my god, my little brother. Anyway, yeah. So there was a study done where I think I could be getting the details wrong, but what they found was, so they kept a mouse, right?
Yes.
And they kept a male mouse and a female mouse. And they found that the male mouse would fuck the female mouse every day, any chance it got. Because mice don't, I think rats or mice don't have a mating season. So whenever they get it on, they get it on. Eventually it got to the point where the male mouse started getting bored of the female mouse. So when they introduced a new female mouse, the male mouse started humping that one, getting it on with the other mouse. And then, so that, not to say that human beings are like mice, but we also have that tendency when you're in a relationship with one person throughout, that you are tempted, and some people can act on that temptation. But what that means is not necessarily that the person is boring, it's more so, I think it also talks about the fact that your relationship is becoming monotonous, it's becoming stale. So you have, and human beings, if we kept every time we got bored, or something in a long
committed
relationship, if you start getting bored with the partner, you can't just be like, I'm done with you and go and get someone else, right? I mean, you could, but then that would just cause a lot of issues, legal issues, all that sort of stuff, unless you guys consensually talk. But then what they found is, instead of, obviously because humans can't do that every time, you start, it's more encouraged to spice up your relationship, do things that you don't do together, try to break that monotony. So that is where it comes into how, even in terms of sexual stuff, talking about your sexual desires, wanting to experiment, do new stuff, and if you're fine with it, or just trying to keep that relationship. Just because it's a long ass relationship does not mean that you'll have to get bored with it. You can keep doing stuff to, make it more fun.
Okay, but
or you could just keep switching partners. I mean, if that's what you want to do.
What about you personally? Do you think, let's say you get in a relationship right now, okay?
Yeah.
You think you will ever be open to polygamy?
Like what? Like only one partner?
That's monogamy, man.
Polygamy
means
open relationship.
Open relationship.
Open marriage.
Yeah, another thing. But these people say, man, we're in an open relationship. That doesn't mean that you guys are open and everyone knows, which means you guys are fucking other people. So get your shit together with your terminology. Okay, sorry, man. Anyways, back to you. My question. So
you could say we are public, but then you go on.
I say we're in an open relationship. This is what we say. And so you think I personally think it might be possible to be in a polygamous relationship if you get that. I would be open to it. I think it makes more sense. Long way down the line, I think it makes sense. Let's say you're 10-year relationship. Do you think that would ever work with you?
I don't think so.
You would be jealous over your partner fucking somebody else?
Just that
you just don't want to fuck somebody else other than your partner?
I don't want to have to deal with that stuff. And it's not like I haven't thought about this. I have.
Oh, okay.
I'm not into it. For those people who like being polyamorous and being polygamous or whatever sort of amorous.
Amorous you are.
Yeah, that's up to you. And if everyone is cool with it, then sure. But for me, nah.
You like penguins, huh?
Yeah, I'm like a lobster.
Oh, lobsters are lonely, man.
No, in Friends, You don't you remember?
What? He's your lobster.
He's your lobster. Yeah.
But penguins, they mate for life, no?
I guess.
Yeah. And the penguins mate for life.
Yeah. No,
Emperor penguins.
Emperor
penguins mate for life.
Yeah.
And they're also gay. Some of them are gay.
Oh, did you know speaking of penguins, there's a species of penguins that is so horned up that obviously the males, have been known to even fuck the rotting carcass of a female penguin. And they've also been known to fuck the infants, the chicks, and also getting it off to a hole in the ice.
Oh, now if I ever get a pet penguin, I'm going to name him Ted Bundy.
Oh. Ted Bundy.
Hey, come here, little Teddy.
I think Giant can go there. Still too warm. Global warming, yay.
Okay.
What about you? What about you?
What?
In a
polyamorous relationship.
Polyamorous relationship.
No, I'm just looking at relationship in a technical way, not an emotional way, no. So I feel like the most best bet if you could give, in a technical standpoint in a relationship, it shouldn't be monogamous. You should give them little freedom, maybe
No, I think
you should let them fuck once in a while or somebody else. Get it out of the system.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not talking about me, man. I think I could be loyal to my partner.
If the relationship needs it, then like that.
I personally feel I could be loyal to my partner. But if I had to say somebody advice, something's going on, I say fuck somebody else. let them know, both of you be okay with it, live with it, and then move on.
I don't think you should both be okay with it. Y'all should discuss before you'll do it and see if y'all are
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Be okay with it, then fuck somebody else.
Okay,
Not
so
fuck somebody else and be okay
Yeah,
with
the
it.
way you said it was fuck somebody else and then be okay with it. It's like, that's just marriage.
Yeah,
That's most horrible marriages.
look at Japanese people, they're happy, man. Okay, they're also not happy. There are a lot of lonely people in Japan, so sorry. That's a very bad example.
Tobi.
Okay.
What about you, Tobi? As a married man, would you be open to polygamy?
Yeah, as a married man, would you be open to fucking somebody else or letting your wife be fucked by somebody else?
Oh.
Obviously not.
Huh?
Why would I agree to that?
Yeah, but we're looking at it as a technical standpoint, not an emotional standpoint.
Okay, technical standpoint.
Yeah.
What's the situation I'm dealing with right now?
You're married there?
Yeah.
Okay, let's say you're married more now. 10 years down the line, things have gone a little stale. You think you'll be open to more having a discussion with your wife, saying that maybe we should spice things up and fuck somebody else?
The thing is, that won't be the first option for me.
understand.
That won't be the first option for me. The first would be the working out, going to couple therapy, trying something different. But that would be the last.
Such a woman's man.
And
I say that as a
it's because I'm a very introvert person. I'll explain my reasoning.
His wife is definitely gonna fuck somebody else. He's a cuck, man. Cuck Tobi.
Listen to me, man. Listen to me, man.
I say that as a compliment.
No, listen to me, man. It's because I'm a very introvert.
Cuck you, man. Just kidding.
A very introvert person. No, I let people in very rarely. Marriage is a huge into my life, man.
Oh God, he just walked right into something. That one. He walked right into that one. He walked right into that one.
Anyway, sorry, go on.
Rarely I let people inside. Okay, this time, please, I'll kiss your neck.
Marriage was a big thing for me. I never imagined myself being married.
So that's what you're calling a penis now? Marriage?
Yeah.
Marriage is a big
Stop.
I was engaged to my dick for a whole life.
No way.
Huh?
You were not single your whole life before you met your wife.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you were single for a good chunk and that wasn't by choice.
You could call him incel, involuntary celibate.
What is it? How do you want to insult part?
Like this, okay. Anyways, okay.
We are definitely like there's somebody who's listening to this.
Let's not interrupt.
Like even when I was dating him, I felt like just going out and dating and being in a relationship took too much effort. So getting married, fortunately, I found the right person. I'm not being sick. I'm being honest. What?
He thinks he found it. So far. That you correcting your English, man.
Technically, yeah, you're right.
Tobi, I'm just telling you.
Being realistic, man.
Way too close.
We're being realistic right now. So far,
talk right here.
We don't know what will happen in the future. Hopefully, we will play out well. But what I'm saying is that just trying to mingle is too much effort for me. So for me, just being with one person happily is... Whoa! Why are you laughing?
The way you make it sound is like, like...
Such a political answer, no?
It's not political answer,
It's not
being
political.
honest.
What I'm trying to say is, I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
I understand, but I can also hear it from the point of view as, it was too much of a pain to date other people, so I just settled down with the one person. See what I mean?
She's going to be hearing this.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, their words, not mine. Okay.
We're going to bleep her name.
I'm just the instigator.
Just bleep her name.
No, we're bleeping her
Just
name.
Why would we bleep?
This entire
She
conversation,
has
just bleep.
not consented to her
Yeah,
name.
just bleep.
No, we'll talk to her later. We'll ask for permission.
Okay.
Because consent matters, people. But only afterwards.
But there's
only
also a saying,
afterwards.
if you cheat with them, they will cheat on you. Say.
Yes, of course. Maybe because it's coming from trauma, no, maybe that's why you never do it. No. No, but I'm just saying, like cheating. No, that's the word. Cheating is because you have built this trust with your partner, and when you have a relationship with somebody else, you're cheating that bond. But if you tell them, I want to fuck that person, I'm going to go fuck that person, is that cheating? That's not cheating.
Well, that really depends on the other person. Maybe if they don't want you to do that because y'all are in a committed
Okay, then
relationship.
if they say don't do it, it's not cool, I'm not open with it, and you do it more,
Yeah,
then that's fucking them over.
I think it's not cheating. It's you're being honest.
But I'll tell you one thing more. Let's go to like relationships which have been
That's just my
together for
opinion.
20 years, 30 years. No, you give them advice, okay? Would you allow female partner will ask, okay? Because men are more lusty.
Wait, what's
okay?
the hypothetical here?
Hypothetical is a couple which is together for let's say 20 to 30 years, okay? We go to the wife, we say, If your husband started treating you better, no, would that make you happy? Yes, more. If you started doing all the things more you like, would you make you happy? Yes. So but in order for him to do that, he has to go and fuck a 20-year-old more once with no emotional attachment. You think he'll be okay with it? I think majority will say yes, man.
Maybe if they had tried everything else to save the marriage in the world.
But then isn't I don't know, like, I'm sure majority, okay, I'm not sure also. Let's say if a majority does say that they're okay with that, then what sort of relationship have you been having where, getting affection and being treated nicely by your partner is transactional?
It is transactional.
I'm not saying that it's not transactional, but like, I don't know, maybe you call me a romantic, but for me, like, it's like, I want to do good things for the person that I'm with, not because I expect anything,
Yeah, but you also are a person that you have your needs.
Yeah, and that's where you tell them. You tell them that you have needs and you talk to them and have that.
No, okay, I'll do one thing. I'll have 90...
Let me finish.
Okay. Finish.
You talk to them. If you are giving your all in that relationship and you feel like your partner is not, then you talk about it. You tell them that, you would like it if they could be a little more intimate with you, or that they could, talk to you more, and that y'all could communicate more, or that y'all could, allow this relationship to grow together rather than it feeling like it's coming from one side. But then to be like, you do this for me, you be intimate with me, you treat me well, and if you do all this for me, you can go and fuck someone else. And if you want to do that, that's fine. It's just to me that, as for me, it's more so that I would prefer that my partner tells me what they want, and I also tell them what we want.
But that's not transactional.
That's not transactional. That's adults having a discussion.
Yeah, you do this for me, I'll do this for you.
I'm not saying I do this for you, you do this for me.
Yeah, you lower your voice sometimes, and I'll clean the dishes. That's adult conversation then. Either.
No, what I'm trying to talk about is not transaction. I'm trying to say that if a person feels a certain way, right, the relationship should be in a situation where you can talk about these things. A lot of the time, relationships start, especially once they're in long term, this is my observation again, it starts getting to a point where y'all don't talk to each other. Y'all don't tell each other what y'all are feeling or what y'all are going through. And then it starts to get toxic, and then y'all start to get irritated with each other.
Yeah.
And then what I'm trying to say is, create the type of relationship or aspire towards a relationship where you can talk to your partner, that you can be vulnerable with your partner, And for the most part, I think some of the people that I know who are in relationships do that, and they have healthy relationships. And it's not transactional. They genuinely just want to be good to each other without expecting the other one to do it. And I understand that some days you want stuff. Like if it's my birthday, I want my partner to
suck my dick.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you've not heard about the birthday blowjob word. It's a real thing, man. Okay,
yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, I think creating that space where you can talk to your partner and be open about what y'all, like how y'all want this relationship to progress. Yeah. Not saying that if you don't give me this, I want the relationship to progress in this way, and then if you don't give me this, then that's just, I think for me personally, that just mucks up the entire.
But women have a certain expectation of men. Generally speaking,
men have certain expectations of women. The only thing is, because men don't talk about it, nobody thinks that.
Okay, let's do a little case study. Okay, I would say generally a woman would expect a man to, let's say,
suck his dick.
No, like provide, let's say, comfort and security, And if the man is not providing that, the woman will have certain sort of resentment, or will retaliate with other toxic behaviors,
But do you think that comes out purely from the woman's side, or do you think it comes out because that is how everyone has conditioned ourselves to think in that way?
It could be both.
Yeah, and then if that's the case, then again, talk about it. I think a man has the right to break down in front of his wife and say that he has horrible days, and that sometimes he can't provide, and that during those times it's okay for him to think, just as much as a woman can do that for a man as well. If a woman is going through a tough time, talk to your husband about it. If you are in a relationship or in a long relationship with somebody that you say you love and you care, and yet you all can't be vulnerable with each other, then there is not inherently, there is something going on in that relationship that isn't healthy. Talking about it makes it healthy. Trying to figure it out makes it healthy. Wanting to evolve and grow makes it healthy. But I think if...
Well, in my experience, I talked about it, didn't work out. My previous relationship, I used to point out the issues.
And then sometimes, and again...
It didn't work out.
Again, not saying that it will work out. But I'm saying
it might help, yeah.
It might help create that space. Then at least see now, if you all spoke and it didn't work out, it would have been better than you all having not spoken and kept that toxicity going, right? But then when you speak about it and you all realize that you all don't want this,
okay, wait.
And then you all go your separate ways and you all...
I think we're jumping way to a different subject. We're still talking about fucking other people while being in a relationship. We still remember that. That's the main core of this subject.
I mean, that's consensual.
Okay.
If a woman tells her husband or her boyfriend or partner or whatever that she, if her partner treats her well, that her partner can go and fuck someone else. And if that is genuinely, she's okay with that, and if that other person is also okay with that, then that's their business, man.
Okay.
I'm just, whatever I went on the diatribe that I went out on is just my own personal
Okay, of course, we appreciate Kinley's insight. I'm very detached to relationships now. I think it is a facade. I feel like only a select few are lucky to find their perfect match. And I believe that because 50 or 60% of marriages end in divorce.
I don't think there's such a thing as a perfect match.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's. You just put up with somebody because now you invested a lot of time.
You don't. Okay, maybe there are some people who put up with it, but I think there is what I call close to perfect, which is this thing that a relationship where you two are open with each other and you'll work things out.
Yeah, but
maturely and.
But don't you feel like that's more of like you're doing this because you have to, not because you want to?
Well, then again, that's a discussion you'll have to have.
They say being adult is that. Being adult sucks, man. It's boring. Why don't you just do things you want to do here?
Because we have the freedom to choose, but we do not have the freedom from consequence.
That's your whole shtick about everything, man.
No, you do.
That's the whole shtick about everything here.
You choose. You get to choose, right? You get to choose what you want to do.
Yeah.
But the thing is, once you made that choice, you don't get to say, I made this choice, I didn't expect this consequence was going to happen, I don't want it. No, you're not free from that consequence. Huh?
There's no do-overs also.
There's no do-overs, so that's all you're given. It's the freedom to choose. And
okay, Kinley, as a recently divorced man, and Tobi as a recently married man, do you believe in love?
Whoa, what kind of...
That's the question, that's my question.
As a newly married man, yes, I believe in love.
Okay, now I want to know why.
Because I'm newly married.
In context, Tobi got married to go to Australia, not because he loves his wife, okay?
How dare you say that? How dare you say that? To my visa correction officer, whatever he said is a lie. He cannot confirm it, he doesn't have evidence.
Okay, anyways, but then, what is your relationship with love? Like, what do you feel about it? Because I told you my opinion, man. I feel like majority of relationships that I know of all ended either from cheating or either from whatever reason. But gosh, in my eyes, at least in my eyes, okay. Luckily, only my parents are still together, but that's anomaly. I call that an anomaly because I never seen any friction in their relationship dynamic. No, but when I look at my friends, when I look at my the other I saw the image that love is very, very rare, and I don't believe it exists for everyone, only in few cases. In terms of relationship, they take a family, friends, is a different situation. Yeah. So that's my relationship and my image of love. So what is your image of love? That's my question.
There's two versions of love.
Okay.
You can love someone or you can be in love with someone.
Oh, okay.
That's how you
Okay, nice analogy. So how do you look at it?
It's similar to like that. You can love someone as depending on the quality of the character. You like them, you enjoy their conversation, you can love them as a friend like that. But being in love with someone, it's similar to how Griffin just said. No, I believe like love, marriage, relationship overall is not finding the perfect person, but finding the person who is worth going through this shit called life not together. Not that person. Because
that's love, you know.
Yeah.
But that's in love.
Being in love.
Being in love. That's what being in love means.
You're on the love pod.
Okay.
Side.
Yeah, you guys thought we all talk about dicks and cocks, huh? No, man, we talk about feelings sometimes.
That is going to strike so hard.
I know. Anyway, so Kinley, what about you? What is your relationship with love now that you've been through this roller coaster of a relationship you've had?
I still believe in it.
Okay.
Just because my relationship didn't work out, and the fact that we were adult enough to talk about what we wanted and what was happening, and then we decided that instead of being together and being unhappy, we love each other enough that we can, thing. And of course, it sucks, it's painful, and you open yourself to a lot of, what's the word here? You open yourself to a lot of unease, a lot of anxiety with love.
You open yourself to be vulnerable.
Yeah,
Vulnerability.
And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. It's like Tobi said, a lot of the times you're just looking for someone that you can get through life with, and who can help you get through life with, and who you care enough and love enough to get through life with. I think a lot of the times we have this image of love that it has to be this perfect, sunshine, daisies and unicorns sort of thing. And I think sometimes it is that. Like when you initially start in a relationship or you're in love with someone, it feels good, right? Because everything feels like...
The honeymoon period.
Yeah, the honeymoon period. The days, like the sun's brighter, which sucks. I don't like bright days. Everything's nicer.
Because Kinley cannot comprehend brightness.
Exactly. No, that's true. It's true. I don't know brightness.
Only sees darkness.
Hello, darkness, my best friend.
My only friend.
My only friend.
Okay.
But eventually, I think when you move past that period, I think that's where true depth comes into a relationship. Where you really start to get to know each other, and then you start to see each other's flaws, and then you start to see how fucked up the two of you actually are. But then y'all realize that y'all are willing to not overlook. I wouldn't say, I think that's another thing that a lot of people say. It's like, oh, if I overlook that character flaw, it's okay.
Yeah.
Then you'll be overlooking a lot of things, because human beings will change.
So what do you do when you see that flaw which bothers you in your partner?
It's not a flaw. You would perceive it.
Not a flaw, but something which you do not like.
Talk about it. Tell them.
Like, I don't like that big ass mole on your forehead.
Jesus, that is not something. Be rational. You can't
remove it now, immediately.
God, it's like.
You wonder why your girlfriend didn't take your compliment.
Yeah. Thank you, Tobi. True, and you wonder why your relationships broke up, Sai. No, that's be rational.
Should I keep that mole in?
That's why you just talk about it.
Should have kept that mole. It wasn't that bad, also.
Have the emotional, or try to cultivate the emotional maturity to talk about uncomfortable things, and you don't have to overlook it. You all can actually help each other strengthen each other's flaws or weaknesses. If you're bad, if your partner is struggling in something, you can always be the person who gets them through that, as much as they can be the person who gets you through that. And I think a lot of the times we tend to just ignore and overlook, but then on the inside it's eating us up, because then you start to get frustrated, and then it starts to boil over. Next thing you know, you're holding a cleaver over your sleeping partner, thinking, I could just,
Okay, I'll tell you one story, then I'll give you a question. Okay, last week, end this whole Cucks.
Why is Sai on this thing with you and me, Tobi? I feel like he's finally got the audience. He's got like two people who he can ask all his relationship questions to. He's got one guy who was in a 10-year relationship.
I think we did not discuss any of this before we recorded. Okay, we're just going through the branches through this tree. Okay, we're just going. None of this.
We're fine with that. It's just weird that you're taking notes. Like, what's with the pen and the book?
You're finally ready to move on. Holy shit, huh?
Like, he's just jotting notes down. Like,
is that the thing?
He's got formulas written on the whiteboard.
It's ready to sell down.
I figured it out.
Understanding plus vulnerability.
Step 1.
Do not insult the girlfriend.
Step 1 GM. Step 1 GM, bish.
Stop talking about remote. Stop talking about.
Dad, I forgot what I was gonna ask also.
Okay, you're going to say a story. And
then So in my previous relationship,
which one?
and I won't even mention which one, but we're slow. But one thing I got the shtick from my partner was I was very rude, like you guys said. No, very rude. I say everything was.
Warrior.
Huh? Okay, I am rude. Okay, I say whatever was on my mind. So that I realized, wait, it's a problem more in bed. Sometimes I say some shit which people don't like, especially to my partner. I need to tone it down a bit. Okay, then no, it's your like 1 week you're fine. No, the next week she gets on your nerves. Okay, and you're like, you control. You don't want to be that person she doesn't like. Then she gets on your nerves second time. Then third time you have a little drink. Okay, she pisses you off. I say whatever's on my mind, okay, some dark shit or so, then I feel like, finally out of my system. So, in that situation, how could I have handled it better?
Why did you have to wait till you had to get drunk to say these things?
Huh?
Why did you have to wait to get drunk? Why did you have
No, it wasn't I was waiting for to get drunk.
No,
I was trying to not say it. But once I was pushed to the point where I didn't want to stop, and the child gave me that extra boost.
Okay, so that's the thing. What I'm trying to say is, it's not just you. This has happened to me too. Like not just like with the last relationship I had, but with previous relationships, it happens. I'm not trying to say that it's not happening, but one thing I've realized now is that if it bugs you so much, say it, talk about it, but don't let it reach the point where you say things that come from a very angry place. Like one thing that me and my the ex used to do is, if I was really angry about something, I would usually, sometimes it bursts, it comes out. I'm not saying that I did this every time. It happens. Sometimes you get angry and then it comes out, right? But sometimes I think both of us were self-aware enough to realize that we were very angry, and we'd say, okay, no, like, we'll not talk right now. We'll talk about this when we have cooler heads.
Wow, you can do that.
Yeah, you can.
You can be mindful enough to recognize the situation.
Yeah, because trust me, when you're angry, and as somebody who has seen this in a lot of, having seen it in a lot of my own family relationships, where partners get really aggressive with each other when they're drunk, especially Anzumna. It's very dangerous because then you actually end up saying and doing things which you don't mean, but that can cause a lot of traumatic or long-term consequences. I go back to that Kevin Hart ki stand-up comedy china. He's making a joke, but you understand what he's trying to say. He says, when a woman gets angry, and he says this because it's his wife now. So he says, when they get angry, they don't say things, and he says this as a woman, but then what he means is most of us.
They say things to get a reaction out of you, yeah.
No, they say things to hurt you, because when you're angry, you don't care about the logical thing.
They just want to hurt you.
You just want to hurt someone.
Okay, yeah,
so then he says that's when you start saying things because you want that person to feel hurt and you to feel pain, right? So that's when, but then later on when you think about it, you realize you shouldn't have done that because you unnecessarily caused somebody pain in that heat of the moment. When you could have easily, instead of waiting for it to get to that point, you could have easily just discussed this. You could have you could have trusted your partner enough to be vulnerable with them, and you could have created a situation as well where they could be vulnerable with you, or they could also do that for you.
Okay.
But and this isn't perfect. I'm not saying that this is it's a work for everyone, but I think I would personally, like for me personally, if I'm going through something, I usually tell people.
No. Okay. We're going to start a new podcast called Relationship Advice from a Divorced Man.
Oh no, please, let's not. Let's not. Unless you guys are really into it, you want to
sell out, fucker. Okay.
I didn't get anything in the divorce.
Okay. Now I want to close this whole cuck piece because it's becoming the whole episode of this. Yeah. So the last question, Chito.
Yeah. He's the one who keeps asking questions.
No. It's interesting. It's interesting. People who like to hear this, okay? If your relationship, okay, imagine you're in a relationship, Tobi. So imagine your partner saying this to you. You imagine your partner with you, a partner coming to you and saying this, okay? Saying, okay, I love you. I have this thing, fetish. Would you be interested in helping me out? You say, obviously, yes. I have this thing. I have to let you know more.
Why would I say obviously? If I don't want it, then I would say no.
No, let me hear it out there at least. You say that. You just say the whole shtick about talking and communicating.
How worse can it be?
Wait, I'm getting there. Okay, I'm getting there.
Okay.
I want to go and have sex with that guy. Okay, he's a nyage. He's 7 feet tall. He has a 12-inch penis erect. Okay. that's just my thing. I just want to have sex with him once. But I love you and I want you to be okay with it. Okay? And nothing's gonna change. Just that one thing I have to do because it's just innately it's my want. And I just had to let you know that that's what I want. Okay? Everything else more perfect, okay? She comes to you and says that. What do you do? Both of you answer. Okay. So, first
complete turn off.
Huh? No way.
Turn off. Like the image I had of my partner would have changed immediately on that spot.
Wait, put it right here, underneath the chin. Okay. Okay, say it again.
Like my image of my
your partner, what you taught it
immediately.
Glass shattered.
Because, like you say, it comes out of nowhere, right?
Oh.
And it says that.
Okay.
And the worst, she wants a nugget. So me being a man will feel emasculated. Obviously, we're being honest there.
Yeah.
He's a man.
Yeah?
Shit.
I thought he was a cuck.
Cuck is even worse, more ego hit them.
Just kidding. Okay, so this would because I want to hear your reasons. So you'll say immediately no, yeah.
No, I think I will end the relationship on the spot.
You'll end the relationship, yeah.
But I would try to understand why. Maybe she's going through another emotional turmoil where she feels like she needs to let go through that. I would at least try to take some time to understand.
You wouldn't try to make her stop. You just end the relationship, yeah. You wouldn't even say like I'm not okay with this.
No,
please
I'm
don't
not
do
okay.
it.
I want to talk there. But if she's obsessed with it, then what's the point then? Continue relationship.
Okay, what would you do?
That's my same thing.
Same answer.
The thing is, if my partner tells me that she wants to fuck some other dude.
So you were in love with your image of your partner, not your partner.
No.
But she helped.
Aha! I fucked both of you. I fucked both of these people's logics. Their whole life conflict has been contradicted because of me. One podcast, it took one question. Fuck both of you. Fuck you. Yes, calm is down again. I wish you kill it. Calm is always down. Both my feet are down. Okay, it's always down. It's never up.
Okay, see, I said we talk about it.
Yes.
And if she says she wants to do it, I'll say I'm personally not comfortable with it, and I will not be okay with it. And also, you use the sentence, "I want you to be okay with it."
Okay, sorry. She will not say, "I want you to be okay." It's just something that I want. I hope you understand.
I am not okay with it.
Okay.
And I'll say, but if you think that this is something you want to do, I personally am not okay with it. This is something you want to do, right? But it's not something I want, and I won't be okay with it. And personally, for me, at that point, if you still want to go through with this, you have the freedom to do so, just as much as I have the freedom to walk away from this relationship.
Because that means the relationship is so bad, there's no way
Again, choice. You are free to choose. You are not free from the
free
consequences.
to choose to walk away also from toxic relationship.
But if you really did love your partner, would you just understand this scenario as just a physical thing and take away the emotion out of it? Okay.
Can you though?
If you can disillusion your mind from our deluded concepts, no. Then what is a woman more? Your partner fucking somebody else, indifferent to her going to drive a bike? Mena. Because we're just putting that label that this is good, this is bad, this is.
I'm not saying this is good or this is bad. I'm saying that for me, this is personally not something I'm into. I'm not saying that.
Okay, I understand. This is something which you're not into. I understand both your concepts. But if you loved your partner enough, wouldn't you be okay with it?
Then if you loved your partner,
I don't think the relationship will be the same afterwards.
Yeah, it won't
Even
be
if
the same.
you pretend to be okay with it, no.
But
It's still bothering you.
But
Yeah.
I would personally want to take care of my own mental health at that point. Like at that point, it's like, dude, I do love this woman and I love this person, and if I tell her right now that she's okay to do with it, she can. But the way
But you will not be able to.
that will eat at me for the rest of my life, and that will inevitably, because it's going to eat away at me. Everyone has their own values and morals, right? And I'm not one to judge someone else's values and morals, as long as their values and morals are not like, let's go and kill other people. But sometimes it clashes, and if my partner wants to do that and she tells me that she wants to do that and she will not be happy if she doesn't get to do that, then I gotta also look after myself, because I gotta also be a little selfish.
Okay.
I mean, it's not even selfish, it's you're taking care of yourself.
That is selfish.
No, it's
That is
not.
selfish,
It's
yeah.
not selfish. to
Taking
take
care of yourself is selfish, man.
No, it's not.
It is.
But
It is selfish. We just don't say it, man.
no, it is.
If you put your priority above everybody else, that's selfishness, man.
No, not all the time. If once in a while you.
Oh, once in a while, fine.
Yeah, and in that situation,
but
it's
that is
once in a
selfish.
while.
That
How
is-
is it selfish?
Because you're thinking
How
about
is it
yourself.
selfish that
You're
I'm
thinking about
worried?
yourself.
I'm worried about what the relationship, like her doing that, is going to cause me a lot of grief. It's going to cause me a lot of pain.
Yeah, that's rational selfishness.
Yeah, and then it's not selfishness. It's just taking care of yourself. You want to be happy. Everyone wants to be happy. Everyone wants to be in a situation where they're calm, where they can have some control of their own peace.
Yeah, but when you think
you can't do that by controlling others.
Yes, but when you think about only yourself in that manner, you're also not thinking about how that partner in this hypothetical situation will not be happy.
Then fine, then she is free to leave me. I'll tell her I'm not comfortable with you doing this. Then, and if you still want to go through with it, then let's end this relationship. You do what you want to do, and you be happy with it, and I'll be fine, because yes, it's going to be painful, but at the end of the day, it'll be more. The pain will be at least less than me. What I would feel if you actually did that and we had to continue this relationship.
Okay. In all, Kinley and Tobi hates cucks. So if any cucks are listening around you, they don't like you. But me, I'm accepting of all people. I like you cucks, okay? Especially you, Kinley, I love you, okay? Your brother does not love you. Your brother does not love you. Okay? He went on the whole shtick about how he hates cucks, okay? I love cucks. I don't look at whether you're a black, white, you're a cuck, you're a woman, you're transnational, sexy, I don't care. But Kinley and Tobi does. They do. They discriminate. They are caste system supporters.
What's that woman's name?
What?
The one who interviewed Jordan Peterson.
The BBC lady.
Yeah, Kathy Newman, I think. Was it Kathy Newman? I forgot her name.
Yeah. I know the one who's saying like.
But every time he said something, she would exactly say yours.
So you're saying this?
Yeah, so you're doing that right now. You're just strong.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about what you call. I'm not saying you're saying. I'm just saying.
No, you clearly said Kinley and Tobi hate cucks.
Yeah, I just told.
You literally said what Kinley and Tobi are saying.
No, I didn't say.
Did he not say?
I did not say Kinley and Tobi.
But did you not?
But all in all, Tobi and Kinley hate cucks.
What cuck?
But that's not true. That's not true. We never said we hate cucks.
By listening to this whole podcast, come to your own observation, okay? But I've observed that these two hate cucks. Do you know why? Because they look in the mirror, they see themselves, okay, and hate themselves. So it's all in all, it stems from self-hate and depression.
Jokes on you, I ain't seen my reflection in God.
So Kinley hates the dark. Kinley is afraid of the darkness and he hates it because he sees himself in it. Every day he looks at darkness, I see you, motherfucker, but I can never... I don't know, I forgot my monologue. I can never overcome you. It's the darkness rises. My God, I made a whole monologue about that. Okay, let's move on. Thanks. Anyways, good conversation we had. Now let's move on to the new tidbits.
Have you ever had a conversation with the Pandokhan Wale? It's really interesting. It's fun.
Pandokhan Wales, yeah.
Yeah, they've got a lot of stories to tell.
More. Next time bring one Pandokhan Wale, okay? Let's bring him here and talk. Someone who has a lot of knowledge and stories. You know, actually, one Pandokhan person, which I would love to interview, it's not Pandokhan also, it's a hybrid. I need to talk to her on Chatpati.
Yeah, she's fun.
Because her husband sells cigarettes, you know, and she sells more thing. But
wait, they're married?
Are they not? That's what I was led to believe. Side, no?
No, I know which one you're talking about. The tiny shop that's right next to her.
Yeah.
Are they married?
That's what I thought. I thought, Memo.
Dude, I don't think they are.
Okay, somebody please confirm this.
I could be wrong also. But if you suddenly assume that they were married, that's a little racist of you, say.
No, because I think I saw them together in the Songkla. Then I saw him with another shop.
You just saw them together in the Songkla and assumed they're married.
How's that racist, man?
Because, you know, they...
How is that racist? Okay. How is that racist? Two cucks calling me racist. That's the episode's going to be called. Okay? Two cucks calling me racist. Okay, that's the episode. I don't care, okay? I make the edits. I edit this fucking podcast. I can call it whatever I want, okay? It's called Two Cucks Call Me a Racist. What a clickbait, eh? Everyone will watch it. Everyone's standing in the sun.
Stay mindful.
Standing in the sun just reminded me when we were in YHS every Friday. Tobi, were you in YHS?
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah, I know.
One of the teachers used to give a long, we'll not name. One of the teachers used to give this long speech, okay? And inevitably, every Friday, throughout the week, it could be raining, it could be cloudy. Friday, blistering heat. Hot sunshine.
On cue. And this teacher, nice man, very nice person, but... It's a man.
Yeah, it's a nice man.
50% of suspects are gone.
It's a nice man, but used to give these long-winded speeches. And every Friday, without fail, those speeches would only stop if one of the female students fainted. Yeah. Here's the best part that one of my teachers told one of the friends there.
Staging faints.
No.
See, White is a fraud. White is a fraud. They
I think I know what you're going to say.
Kinley is saying that White is a fake school where they make you stand in the sun and the teachers make you pretend to faint in the class. Okay, Kinley, how dare you? In one podcast, you shame everything. Okay.
And he says he's not Kathy Newman. Is it Kathy Newman? I forgot the name.
Okay, somebody look it up. Okay,
anyway, but so one of the teachers told one of my female friends, if you all feel faint.
If you feel faint?
If you all feel faint, like you all are feeling weak. Okay, what would be your advice if you suspect some, and don't joke, like seriously, like rationally. If somebody was going to, if you were worried that somebody's going to faint, you would say, oh, get out of the sun or sit down, you know, like relax, put your body in a relaxed position.
Cool off or
This teacher told all the female students, curl your toes in your shoes. Because keeping your toes, like, you know, while you're curling your toes, it keeps the blood circulation going. But stay in the sun. But the idea here being, you're feeling faint, instead of go and sit in the shade and relax, no, stand there, just curl your toes, because that's going to stop you from fainting.
It's just that I told you, you guys, I'm telling you. Okay, you guys need to read between the lines. Okay, Kinley has a lot of political messages in his messages. Okay, read between the lines. No further points. Your Honor, that's all.
I would tell you all to read between the lines. The joke here being that I don't even know where the lines are.
The simple thing just made me realize something, sir.
What?
In assembly in school, no, they would have like scout or captains just ready at sight, no. If someone faints, take them to the clinic like that.
Yeah.
Rather than making the entire like morning shorter, no, so in order to avoid people getting faint, they will go the extra length of creating like teams to carry you to the clinic just when you fainted. Just find it funny, no, when you think about it.
Actually, I didn't have much faints in my school time.
I puked in assembly.
Why? It was that bad?
Yeah,
we also stayed in the sun, man. Kinley was an example, he knows. We used to stay in the sun also. And then the principals also, they have the whole shtick about making us stay there for at least 1 minute. Mindfulness practice. Everything. I'm just fainting. I
don't know how you can be mindful when you're standing in like that, you know. All you're thinking is my back hurts, my feet hurt.
But you see, you're being mindful.
But you're being mindful of the fact that your back and your feet hurt.
You're being mindful. Okay. Now it's 1 hour, so usually we end the pod here, but we promised that Tobi will share his Hindi story today. So today's segment of Tobi Explains.
Oh, I will give you one comic fact, man.
Wait. Okay. Tobi Explains about Bollywood today.
Okay.
So that's the segment we're going to have.
Is it the movie we're going to talk about?
Jaani Dushman.
Okay, so hold on. You want to do Jaani Dushman or you want to do the comic book fact?
Just to give a short fact, it would be like 1 minute.
But then we'll have opinions about it there probably.
Okay, if it's interesting, we will stick on it.
If you can go on with it, it's not a problem.
Okay, just think about it.
Okay, let's go.
I mean, you're the one who's editing it, so it's your problem.
Yes, two Cucks!
Anyway.
Two Cucks. Just 2 Cucks.
I was about to go there. But they're brothers.
Two brother Cucks.
I don't know this guy's name, right? Because it's too hard to pronounce. Okay. He's the father of comic book strips in 1800s.
Be careful.
He was the first guy who invented the entire notion of comic book, doodling. Because back then, artwork usually looked like the Renaissance pictures. No, it's photorealistic, it's all painting. Like
yes.
So he was born into a lucrative painting family, man. His father pressured him his whole life that you have to succeed me. So he has to train himself to do those traditional painting. And he grew up, he rolled into a prestigious school and he was working there. Then, suddenly he realized something. He was losing his vision. So
is that me?
Huh? I just realized when I was telling this.
Wow. So apropos, no.
So, wow, that's my past life.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on.
So he
I always wondered why I smelled ink.
So he started losing his vision, so he can't draw anymore. So he has to quit. So he goes back home.
Don't flatter yourself, you were a bat in your previous life.
So he starts... And he goes back home, he starts his own boarding school. So one thing he would do is when he used to teach class, he would find the students to be very unruly. So to entertain them, he would just doodle over it. So because his vision is so poor, he can't draw like exactly, So he would just doodle like random action, like screenplay. And that's how comic book was formed, because he couldn't see properly. So the artwork was less detailed.
Oh, fun fact. Fun fact. That is a fun fact.
Future as a comic book artist.
Maybe you should experiment it.
No, I do draw a bit.
He does doodle. He does doodle, but no one is brave enough to tell him that it's ass. No. Just kidding. But Kinley is actually wearing a doodle T-shirt today.
This is my doodle.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I'm very narcissistic. I wear my doodles on my shirt.
Yes, Kinley for some reason loves to draw eyes. No. Why? What's the fascination with eyes?
Huh? I think they look cool.
You think you'd be fascinated with eyes if your vision was better?
No, I've always been fascinated with eyes. Even as a kid, before I knew my vision was going bad, I always liked drawing eyeballs.
Kind of, what's the foreshadow to your...
No, yeah. No, I like eyes, I like spirals. So a lot of the times when I'm bored, if I'm drawing, I'll just start drawing spirals.
Because jigsaw, man.
Yeah, I like drawing spirals because I'm in a downward spiral half the time. But yeah, like I've done a lot of, I don't know what it's called, I think it's Zentangles.
What's that?
So it's when you draw all these like shapes and stuff, which don't have to be like proportionate, but it's very meditative when you do it, like Zen. So I do a lot of that when I'm bored.
Okay, can I go for your new eyeball man?
I'm thinking of getting an a collection of eyeballs as a tattoo on my arm.
Yeah, that artwork in your thing doesn't look that bad. It would be a tattoo. I could see it becoming a tattoo.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, Tobi moved here.
Tobi moved here because he got so the Cucks give magnetic force. They attract each other. No, they're not like north and south.
You just shoved the mic to my face like that, but that's why I can move.
Yeah, you like.
And he also gave you the microphone.
But I thought you liked things shoved in your face, man. Huh?
Has it been a while since?
Only if it's meat.
Okay.
He likes meat in his mouth.
Let's move on to the final segment of this episode. So Tobi is going to explain what?
We will do a recap of one of the.
No, because go now, bomb is then poof over there.
Anyway,
recording is smooth.
I'm gonna take a picture of Tobi like this, so we're gonna put it up so that.
No, I've been reminding him the whole time. Okay, here's something I need to mention. See, right now, if I talk real close like Tobi, it sounds a little bit muffled. You guys can hear it, okay? So when I'm telling Tobi to talk like this. And last time Tobi was moving the mic so far that he started talking like this, okay? So if you guys can hear what I'm hearing, Tobi was talking like this last time, the whole time.
Oh, that's why he sounded like this.
So now I'm telling Tobi to talk like this, okay? So you guys maybe not able to visualize what I'm saying, but you can hear
what I'm saying. Because you want to put this up on your YouTube.
Okay, fine. Alright, anyways, back to Tobi.
You put this on YouTube?
No.
YouTube shorts.
Anyway, I will do a recap. Kinley, if you remember some of this movie, you also chip in.
Okay, I'm going in blind, by the way, guys. Okay.
So for
I know how it feels.
Context, Sai has very limited.
Kinley will also be going blind. Oh my god, my best joke today, man. Yes. Double entendre, man.
Really not kidding.
Still, sorry for your wife already saying for the future.
It's pretty rough, man. It's pretty rough. Okay.
Anyway, for context, Sai has a very limited experience in watching Hindi movie.
Yes.
Why is that?
Because I just found American shows more entertaining growing up.
Oh no! What did you say that time? You said something very.
How?
Shabchevi.
Anyway, this one Bollywood movie is the one movie that every Bhutanese person.
Think about that.
Okay.
Guy is telling you where to keep it.
Okay. Anyway.
No, I saw you reaching out myself. I can't do it before he does it.
He's doing a solid to me. And this movie title is called. Wait for me. It's a long ass title, man.
Jaani Dushman. Jaani Dushman.
Jaani Dushman.
Jaani Dushman. Okay, Jaani Dushman means bad guy.
No.
Jaani
Dushman is like arch enemy.
Oh, wow.
No, title's not done. Jaani Dushman. Ek Anoka Kahani.
A very
strange,
unbelievable tale.
Unbelievable
For comedy, it can seem like it's a strange tale.
A strange tale.
Okay. Opening scene comes up. Typical Indian marriage, right?
Yes.
And this dude is getting married with this girl that he just met for like a couple of weeks.
Is it arranged?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No, not arranged.
Then it's not a typical Indian marriage. But go on.
Okay. For the time, it's not 2000. For context, it's in 2000, so you're gonna see a lot of social thing that's not gonna fly in this day and age, man.
Okay,
so anyway, so he's getting married, and he has a bunch of friends. This is a very star-casted film, but it has Akshay Kumar,
Sunny Deol, Sonu Nigam.
Sonu Nigam's in the movie?
Yeah.
So he acts there?
Yeah.
What?
Really badly.
Okay, shit.
He has
So
that song and then Javed Bhai
So
God.
How do you guys know this all in detail?
Because we are cultured.
We're cultured, man.
Sorry, I don't watch low-class movies like you guys.
Privilege. You're privileged.
It came on the same TV, I just don't watch it, okay?
Be a cock sometimes.
This is a Cucks watch, huh? Growing up, is it a cuck?
Okay,
Cuck classic.
Anyway, it's a cock classic. That's a good one.
One of the dudes, right? We'll give him a name so we can keep track of Scar.
Okay.
Give him a name.
Rohit.
Okay.
Rohit's fine.
I do with Raj.
Raj.
Patel.
I'm going with Rohit because that's the name I heard the most when I was
Okay,
young.
so Rohit is getting married with this new girl
I'll name the next
that
one.
he just met a couple of weeks ago. Everyone's joking, making joke about him, and his friends are
He's
saying,
being married to a girl he just met.
yeah, basically.
Okay.
He's, you know,
In
head over heel.
In love.
They're all making jokes about him. All the friends are here making jokes that you finally settling down, and now they're saying, go do your, soharat.
What's that mean?
Soharat.
Consummate the marriage.
Unflower the
Oh,
bride.
that's what they call it?
Soharat.
Swak
The rat.
Rat, which means
Swagrat.
what does it literally mean?
I don't know what it literally means. All we know is that it's basically saying go consummate.
I know
what-
what, so it means consummate the
Yeah.
marriage.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So he's about to do it now.
Mhm.
And the bride just looks away, man. Then you see the shot, man, where the bride's face turns into a skeleton, man. Badly rendered skeleton.
Yeah, like early 2006.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
But even for that, it's
Practical effects.
yeah.
Man.
The
1986.
guy's freaking out. No, he's walking away. The girls and the skeleton, no, he's undressing himself from the sari, no. And how
Wait,
you
He
know
was
what?
going to get boned.
Yeah. You know how the skeleton looks like, right? It's
Yes,
skinny,
yes,
it's
yes,
internal thing, no. But this skeleton is buff, man.
What?
Yeah, it's a
It's a buff skeleton.
I need to visualize this here. Buff skeleton? Yeah.
really large. It's got large femurs.
Buff skeleton. Yeah.
Sorry, not femur. I followed
Is it
on.
an intentional thing?
I don't
I don't know,
know.
man.
Okay.
You don't know.
Don't try to make sense of
Okay,
it.
let's not try to make sense.
It's
Okay.
an unbelievable tale.
And the buff skeleton, right? Just grabs him and yanks him off the window and kills him, but
Yeah, throws him out the window.
Oh, he dies?
Yeah.
Shit, what's that?
Rohit
Yeah.
died.
Keep counter, man.
First 30
A
minutes.
lot of deaths. He's
Oh
dead.
my god, okay.
He's dead.
Okay, fine.
And they're like, oh, how can it be? It turns out the skeleton transformed into this girl with a woman. I'll give her a typical nickname.
Anjali.
Anjali? No,
Anjali.
Anjali.
Okay, Anjali, no.
Oh.
And she goes into this very like 80s like dungeon kind of thing, no place where she's a ghost, no.
There was dungeons which are 80s themed also.
I know, if you watch enough Bollywood movie, you know the settings where the last third act happens.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
under the dungeon dusty.
Yeah.
Okay,
thing like that.
okay.
It's those brick walls.
she-
Yeah, that one.
Brick wall, dim lighting.
Yeah, exactly that
But
one.
some reason the area where the action is going to happen is really brightly lit.
Yeah, it's bright
Well,
lit
let's-
and air is coming out.
Yes.
Wait.
But right before like 10 minutes, people are like, oh my god, the air here, there's no hawa nature. Right? Suddenly in the middle of the action,
Dramatic
there's like wind.
Anyway,
Wait, okay,
Yeah.
go slow.
Ah.
I'm lost right here.
Okay,
Okay, so
Anjali Gatloi and
Anjali was the girl that Rohit married.
Yeah.
And during
But she was a bone
Skeleton.
then.
Yeah.
She was a skeleton. So it turned out that
Shape-shift.
it was the skeleton was a shape-shifting
Demon.
sort of.
And
They're not ruining it for
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
And Anjali is the ghost, but
Okay.
now the ghost is met by a dude who's wearing like a rag. No, we won't introduce who he is, explained later on. And he goes on a flashback time.
No flashback.
And they are all in college.
Yeah.
All these 30, 40-year-old looking guys are all in
All in
college.
college.
Right? And this Raj, right? We call him Raj. Rohit. Let's give the Raj to his best friend, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
So
with
Rohit and
mustache.
his best friend have
And,
Rohit and his best friend
harassing Anjali
Anjali
in school. No?
in college.
In college, harassing,
Yes, be careful,
like
careful.
being very creepy, and then, if you will give us a chance, we will give you a good night to remember, kind of thing, like no. And all the friends are like, you're getting
That was still
rejected.
happening during my college, but anyway, go on.
And
It was the American joke.
no one takes it seriously, but except for Anjali. No,
Just like
she's-
no one took your sexual assault seriously.
like she's traumatized, no.
Mhm.
She's getting scared of those guys, but everyone's like, the boys will be boys, Let them do the thing. Then
Oh, the weirdest thing is she says it to the
Yeah,
guys,
exactly.
and then one of the guys goes, "Chhodna yaar,
Yeah, exactly.
let it be,
Yeah.
forgive them."
No,
let
no,
it
no,
be."
that scene's coming, bro.
Oh, she's okay. That scene
so
was.
she goes- Yeah,
I went a little too ahead. I am sorry.
So she goes to her dorm room, no,
Okay.
and she's doing her own thing. Then those two comes in and does the Bollywood rape scene, no. Then,
Balatkar!
It's about to happen. Then the
Chamatkar.
door gets, then the door gets destroyed, and suddenly they will be coming in. It turns out suddenly they will
Sunny Deol
who's
breaks
bringing
down
food,
the door.
Yeah, comes in but to rescue
save her.
Okay, rescue her, okay.
And it turns out, no, Sunny Deol, in that time, in the early 2000s, is in the mid-40s. And this Anjali is in her 20s, man.
Okay.
Figure that out.
But they're all in college.
They're dating.
And they're all in college.
Dating.
Yes, makes
So he
sense.
comes in, cleans
up, no?
cleans
Cleans
house, trashes them, grabs them, takes them to dean's place.
Okay.
Not the police, but the dean.
Uh-huh.
And the dean is an Indian actor who has a salty white hair and is a Christian priest
in the movie.
in the movie.
He's an actor?
No, in the movie,
Oh.
the actor plays like
Okay.
half
Plays a
white.
priest. He's a pastor,
priest.
basically.
Okay, so he's a Christian, half white Indian
Yeah.
dean priest.
Yeah. He's not half white, but he acts like half.
Okay, he acts like Western educated,
Yeah.
Anglo-Indian.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, it's unusual.
Dude, are you really going to break down the whole film right now?
Yeah.
Okay, we want to be here a while.
We're trying to end this
I was
podcast
speed up-
in
I
like
was
15 minutes.
I was speed up after.
We're already 15 minutes ahead.
It's 3 hours long, man. Allah, 3 hours long of this.
You're gonna take 6 hours to explain.
And this is where one of the ridiculous thing comes. No.
Okay.
Where the dean is like, these two tried to attempt rape. Send them to the jail. I'm gonna call the police. And the boyfriend of the girl that was gonna get raped says like, don't do that.
Why?
College reputation is at stake. You make the punishment.
Why is he such a what do you call like a caring person for the college day? Wouldn't he be outraged that his girlfriend
No,
was?
the script demanded no.
Okay.
That's
Oh.
the
Script needed a reason.
That makes sense.
And the dean say, no, you know, I can't make a decision. Let the girl
Okay.
decide.
I'm not
So-
even gonna
So
ask
let the
question.
girl decide.
So
let the girl
this is where
decide
the
the
scene
punishment.
comes in.
Oh.
So Dean drags those two in front of the girl and says like, you know, you decide the punishment like that. And the girl is like, oh, I should send you to jail.
And
you know, what it
these
is.
two guys
These
who
two
nearly
guys.
attempted rape
Rape,
on this
yeah,
woman
it's easier for you.
put their hands in front and then they like beg
Yeah,
her
forgive
to
us. It's-
beg her
it
to
was a
forgive.
mistake.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know all the other characters were her friend, right?
Uh-huh.
Who knows what happened.
Including all the people who are
Yeah,
at
yeah.
marriage.
And it's like Akshay Kumar and all that, man, actors are all there. Do you know what they say? They're like, let it go now. Oh, what
Sure,
was
yeah,
going to happen?
yeah.
You know, boys will be boys, let it go.
The main thing is that it didn't happen.
Yeah, it
That's
didn't.
what
It
they say.
almost happened.
Maybe this is
but
a
it didn't.
social commentary of how Indians were.
Okay, yeah, but then no, but go on.
Okay, let's say, example, one little segue. When you were in college, Kinley, if this kind of sort of shit happened, how would people react? Mob men, ah?
Dude, beat the shit out of you.
So this is unrealistic. Okay, anyways,
Yeah.
let's go back to the story.
Anyway, because of the peer pressure of the college and her friends, she forgives them.
Wow!
Yeah.
Nice!
Yeah.
So the story is all about forgiveness.
Then
What a beautiful story.
Raj and his friend he plans another thing. No,
Okay.
plans to bring her to this dingy place.
Oh, round two.
Round two to do that. But this time they are pretending to be everyone else, but the other friends, not like Akshay Kumar and all that.
So they
She comes
basically like say like this,
Yeah.
you know.
The gathering just come
gathering child.
and they do the act over there.
Uh-huh.
And another ridiculous thing.
Wait a minute, you guys skipped a lot.
Yeah.
So they rape her in the.
Yeah, in that place,
Yeah.
dingy place,
Dingy
where the
place.
party of all the friends are supposed to happen, but
So no one knows
So
what
she
did.
thinks that all her
her
friends,
friends
were
are
there
involved in
and
this.
were involved in
Yeah.
her.
Because everyone they shrugged it off.
Yeah.
They didn't stop
No,
them
no.
necessarily.
When those two guys called her to the second time,
Huh?
they
Pretended
sort of
to be the
pretend
other
to be
friends.
the other friends as well.
Mm.
How these two guys pretended to be the other
It's
friends.
ridiculous
it-
and another
yeah,
ridiculous.
that's another story.
But then they bamboozled her.
Oh,
Yeah, and then
Okay.
and then they rape her, and then
Okay.
And-
she thinks that everyone was involved.
Involved. Okay.
This is where the ridiculous thing happens.
It's like scary,
okay.
remember?
Okay, this how scene plays me.
Mm.
She's raped, she's down, no, she's traumatized and all
Yes.
that. And she's angry,
Who's
no,
playing her,
obviously.
by the way, actress?
I forgot the actress in the
I'll find out you guys.
She's traumatized now, obviously, right? And she's screaming at them, but how could you guys do this to me more?
Yeah.
How would the normal person react? No.
What happened?
Yeah,
Oh.
something like that. Do you know how the friends react?
They all laugh.
Why are you getting mad at us? Why are you pointing finger at us? Like that. And no communication happens, no. She just runs and stabs herself and kills herself.
She commits suicide.
She
Yeah.
stabs herself?
Yeah.
How?
On a rock, there's a spicy,
Spicy.
Ooh, masala.
spicy rock, and she jumps at it.
It
No.
was covered in.
And she kills.
It was covered in chili
And she
flakes.
died. And it turns out she's a reincarnation of a snake.
Wow, on cue.
Yes.
she's a reincarnation of a snake, yeah.
Nagging.
Nagin.
Yeah.
Okay.
And her previous lover.
So we go to another flashback of her previous life as a snake.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they were like Nagins, no, who can transform into humans,
Mhm.
and they were so in love. They started dancing, and one time when they were dancing and doing their footwork,
Oh.
underneath there was an old sadhava that was played by Amish Puri. So he
Okay.
cursed them, but
So like, oh, you damn snakes won't let me pray in peace.
Just letting you know, this is a flashback in a flashback.
That's the best kind of flashbacks. Man.
So the boyfriend is immortal, no?
Yeah.
So and the girl is ghost. So he's like, you did this injustice to my love. So I'll take revenge. So that's where the story begins. Jaani Dushman. Now he systematically hunts them down, but then kills them in the most ridiculous way.
So he.
Oh, her name was Divya.
So what about who hunts them down?
The
ancient snake boyfriend.
Ancient snake boyfriend has been cursed with immortality.
So no, So.
Now I remember. The Amishpuri guy said, "You two are too much in love. No, I'm gonna separate you. She will eventually die and reborn as a human. You will stay as like immortal snake. No, but you will only meet her thousands of years later. There. So that's
Which brings us to this moment.
Yeah,
Wait a minute. So he is cursed to live on forever without her, and she just dies naturally.
She keeps dying and being reborn.
Yeah, that's called being a human. Then existence is pain.
Yeah.
You are cursed with existence.
Okay. Anyway, so now because she got raped and she committed suicide, she wants revenge because now she perceives that all her friends were involved.
Yes.
So she wants revenge.
Yes.
So her snake boyfriend, who has the ability to turn into a motorbike.
Yeah. Oh, black trench coat, black shades.
Neo.
Thing. 2000 Neo.
No. Nieda.
Yeah.
It's inside joke. I'll tell you later.
Okay. So he goes on this hunt for each and every person that she perceives was involved. So he
goes for the revenge plot, not her.
No, she's also involved.
She's a ghost.
No. So
dude, it's a Bollywood movie. They give that much character development to.
What is her ghost? Is it a Nagin? Is it herself?
No, it's just her in a white saree.
With blood everywhere?
Black light, yeah. White saree.
Oh, blue light. Black light. Like how you
see. Okay. Just like if I used it on your house, I would see a lot of Jackson Pollock paintings.
No, you'd see a lot of ghosts. So, there is a scene literally in this where these guys manage to freeze him and then he breaks into 1,000 pieces.
Ooh.
And then all of these pieces turn into tiny little liquid globules.
Oh, they ripped off Terminator.
Oh, they also did that, but remember in Terminator, T. Arnold's, right?
Yeah.
T-1000 stabs him.
Go through the chest.
Goes through his chest.
Yeah.
Same shit happens.
So what happens is...
So it's just basically Indian Terminator?
Maybe.
With magic snakes.
No, Sun Devil. And then he comes back.
Wait, we're jumping way too quick. Let's dial it back.
No.
There's a lot of deaths.
There's so many deaths. There's so many deaths, and for some reason...
Okay, so these two go on a rampage and start killing everybody.
Oh yeah,
okay.
all the characters.
Now wait till you reach.
Yeah. Now, so Sunny Deol, the brother is Sonu Nigam.
Okay.
So, in order to kill Sonu Nigam, this shape-shifting dude shape-shifts into Sunny Deol and goes to kill Sonu Nigam and kills Sonu Nigam and then goes... But Sonu Nigam doesn't die immediately. So he's like weak and he's like about to die and everyone's like, who did this to you? And right at that moment, the real Sunny Deol comes in and then Sonu Nigam points at Sunny Deol. And then everyone thinks, oh no, Sunny Deol is the one who's actually been killing everyone
off. Oh, it's a slasher. It's a slasher.
Then
it's an Indian slasher. It's nice.
No, I think it sounds better than And now, Sunny Deol, the next scene after that is Sunny Deol literally holding the bars of a jail cell.
Bars of what law?
Oh, jail cell.
Oh.
He's been put in jail.
Okay.
And then
he bends the bars.
It's the father, no, the principal.
Yeah. The dean comes back.
He comes back.
The dean is the one who figures out that it's the soul.
No, there's one scene. It's a ghost, no.
Yeah.
And it's like the only way we can beat them is to like the Roman religion, no. But this is 2000, so they're very self-aware now. So they take a Christian cross, Islam and symbol.
All the religions.
Yeah. All the religion combined into one.
And then one blue light comes out, and then these three symbols come out. They form this weird dodecahedron looking thing. And that's the time when Sunny Deol is actually fighting the dude, and then he gets thrown down, and then he gets stabbed through the chest, the way Arnold gets in Terminator Judgment Day. And there he's staying there with the tequila like sticking out of him. And then this blue orby, horrible CGI.
So Snake Man gets stabbed?
No, Sunny Deol gets stabbed.
Sunny Deol gets stabbed?
Yeah,
but he's not dead?
No, he's not.
Sunny Deol! Because Sunny Deol, goddammit!
He dead.
dead.
He's dead.
He dead.
Okay, he's not Sunny Deol anymore.
And because, oh no, Sonu Nigam doesn't die, he survives.
Yeah, he survives.
And he's the last one that's left that has to be killed.
Wait a minute, hold it up. You told me Sonu Nigam dead.
This is a long time ago.
survives.
He survives, and that's how he manages to point out that Sunny Deol is the one
Okay,
who
so
killed
he doesn't die.
So he doesn't die. So they're after Sunny Deol.
Okay.
The Snake Man and
Bone Girl.
Bone Girl, yeah. Both sound like euphemisms for sex. So they go to kill Sonu Nigam. So Sunny Deol, because he's the elder brother of Sonu Nigam, has to protect Sonu Nigam. And in the ruckus of them fighting, Sunny Deol gets stabbed to the chest, and then he dies the way Arnold Schwarzenegger dies in Judgment Day. Now, that is when blue light CGI comes in, enters him, he comes back to
life.
Opens eyes.
Dead. Yeah.
Then he kills them. Then those two Nagins meet each other in heaven and start continuing to dance.
They start
demolition. And credits.
End credits? What? I don't have enough closure, man. There's a lot of things left.
Yeah, that's how we feel.
I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions.
When I watched the movie,
Where's the closure?
I have a lot of questions, man. I have a lot of questions.
no, but
So how did the bone things explain the bone thing?
it's her. She's supernatural.
She came back.
So see, here's the convoluted thing. She died, right? She
Okay.
committed suicide.
Yes.
Many years later, when
Yes.
this dude was getting married,
Yeah.
she decided to impersonate the. So
Bride.
she basically became the bride,
Yeah.
and then
Killed him.
she could have easily killed him, but no. She first had to turn into a buff-ass skeleton, then killed him by throwing him out the window or something like that.
Yes.
And then she turned back into a ghost. And after that, if I can remember correctly, she doesn't have much of a role after that point. No?
Nah, she just monologues.
She monologues a lot.
throughout.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And the funny thing is, throughout the movie, they get to communicate with her ghost like 3 times.
okay.
So many chances to clear out the miscommunication.
Nobody does.
Nobody does.
One of the rapists
Everyone
gets
just said, wait a minute, let's just talk about it.
Oh, and one of the rapists, the dude, gets electrocuted in the swimming pool.
Oh, yeah.
And remember the horrible CGI in the
Yeah.
swimming pool because it's supposed to look like this. There's electricity in the water. Dude is talking.
Hmm.
There's visually you can see like CGI.
Zero.
He's talking.
Oh.
And I was like, dude, you wouldn't be talking. You'd be dead. Why are you talking?
Is
He
the water-
explains himself. He actually explains himself.
Nahi,
If you watch
bachao.
this man, Akshay Kumar.
I could be remembering
Akshay
wrong.
Kumar character, who's a college student over there. Now
In
they
his
all
40s.
being met in this room now where the ghost appears. They have to communicate like that. And he gets mad now. College student in a college takes out the gun. Like shoots the ghost.
And no one's questioning
No
anything.
question. Like, where did you get the gun from?
Why are you shooting?
The ghost. Best movie, highly recommend.
Okay, so how did this movie do in theaters?
I'll find out. You guys talk.
Okay, I want to know. I want to know whether this movie was a hit or flop.
Just pre-memes? Just
Pre-meme.
think about it, no?
Pre-meme culture. I had its time then.
Yeah.
It was its time. But right now, when you're telling me the stories, I get a lot of elements from slasher movies. So I think they ripped off a lot of kills.
There's a movie now where Akshay Kumar and this villain is going through a chase scene, where they're chasing each other in bike like that. Akshay Kumar takes out a gun, then out of nowhere he takes out like a shotgun, then a rifle,
sorry.
then out of nowhere like a bazooka. Like, where is the pocket? Where are you getting this weapon?
In this movie, yeah.
In this movie where they're fighting the bad guy, it's like a river and a gun, there's like a handgun, then a shotgun. I don't know, it's like bazookas come out of nowhere.
And it's all like in serious tone. Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, no joke.
Here's the thing. Critical reception. This film received highly negative reviews from critics.
Okay.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Ranjita, could be butchering his name, sorry about that. Ranjita Kulkarni of Rediff.com rated the film 1.5 out of 10.
Okay. So how did you do it, like in terms of box office level?
Okay, let me check that.
Oh yeah, another fun fact, Akshay Kumar, no. We now know him as a well-respected
College student who carries a gun.
Yeah. Anyway, Akshay Kumar, no. In the interview, he was asked about you of all actors, no, why did you pick this movie, no? And he said, well, I needed to build a bathroom in my home, and I needed some extra cash, so I just took it.
Well, it collected 13.5 million rupees on its first day.
Wait, that's his first day. Total box office.
Yeah, it collected 14 million on its second day.
Kinley, come on, we got all time. Dude,
He's building it up.
give it to me. I'll check on Wikipedia.
Yeah, go on talking. You guys go on talking. I'll find it.
Okay. So where were we?
After we're done with the podcast, I'll show you some visual skill.
Yeah, I'm very, very intrigued to find out. I want to see. I want to see how the buff that one lady looks like.
I think even they realized that this movie was going to be so shit. That's why they loaded it with
There's so many actors, obviously.
like superstar actors.
Yeah.
Most people would have gone to watch it because of the cast.
Okay. All right. I think we've. Oh, sorry. 1 second. I think we've gone way over.
So here's its budget. Its budget was 18 crores.
Okay.
Its box office was 18.56 crores.
Okay. Break even. Fine.
Break even. Yeah.
Somewhat.
Teensy.
So it was a flop there. It was a flop.
Yeah, I just said it.
No, I thought we guys would explain this whole thing and then you'll reveal that it was a mega hit. But I was wrong.
No.
It's got a cult.
It's got a cuck following.
Yeah, that's why we watch it.
Yeah. Cuck classic. Okay.
No, but it's. I think everyone should watch that movie. My God, the memes you can get out of it.
No.
Cuck classic. Anyways, okay, guys, let's just wrap up this pod for today. How's this? If this video gets, let's say, 100 likes, which probably will not, we'll do a Bhutanese story. We'll do a Bhutanese movie.
That would be risky, man.
Yeah, it'll be risky.
Yeah, we're putting our jobs on the line.
Yeah, we're putting our jobs on the line. We got a lot of catalog. Like I would explain
Burning all the bridges.
My God, I would explain in detail to Kinley would be our guinea pig because I think me and Tobi have watched enough.
Yeah.
But if you get 100 likes, we will do a Bhutanese movie. Okay, guys?
Oh my God, the whole movie's on YouTube.
That's what we're going to be doing after this.
I think we're watching Jaani Dushman after this.
Copyright turn the shit off. Copyright song. Okay. Anyways, people who've watched us since we've been back and consistently listening, thank you guys for doing so. And if you want to help support this podcast, like and subscribe.
And also, I'm currently kind of running short on funds, so if you all want to pay me to be a cuck in your situation, I'm happy to
we'll put an inbox account number in the
Just
description.
make a page, no, only cucks.
Just put a rooster's picture.
Okay, so I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers right now. Around 396. So please help us achieve that goal. I'd like to thank Kinley and Tobi for joining me in this madness and enlightening me on the significance of Bollywood cinema, and also enlightening me on what it feels like to having your partner have sex without your consent. So until the next episode, guys, any last words? Parting words?
What is this title for today?
Two cucks call me a racist.
Oh, okay, yeah, there we go.
Last
Got
words?
one out.
Okay, guys.
Cockatoo.
Till the next one, guys. See you in the next episode. Bye.